Hello and welcome back to the NK Zagreb side. I am Cultured Left Foot. It's a pleasure to have you with me once again, and we were last together for the game against Genoa where we got quite comprehensively beaten and we figured out that we weren't good enough for European football this year. But we've played a lot of games since then. We're now into November time and, well, just coming into November. It's the 30th of October and we're 5th in the table, but it's very close. 3 points separating us in 5th and Hajduk in 2nd, and we've all played the same amount of games. Dynamo still running away with the league. Nothing we can do about that. 5 points opening up between 6th and us as well, so it's sort of like there's already a mini table at the top and it's already doing a split into two different sort of sections in the league. So we're going very, very well. Lots of news to report, which we'll get onto in segments as we go. But yeah, we're into the second round of the Cup, which we'll be playing today, which is against NK Zagreb, who are top of the 2nd division. So it's going to be quite a tough game. They do have our old right back on loan. Daniel Lonkar is there on loan from us. He is moving permanently to them for not very much money. Well, 15k actually, so we're getting more than I thought. But we bought him in for 26, so we're taking a loss. He didn't really cut it in the 1st division, so happy to farm him off to them. That's not a problem. But yeah, let's go and have a look, shall we, at the schedule. So we were here. This 2-0 loss to Genoa away from home. Yeah, summed up. We backed it out with a great 3-0 win at Hajduk. Herrera getting 2 and Prince getting a goal as well. Then we went and played Istra, drew 3-3, a pretty mental game. 1-0 to them, 1-1, 2-1 to us, 3-2 to us, 3-1 to us, 3-2, 3-3, so they got back into that. Osijek, we lost 2-1. Herrera scoring our penalty, but it wasn't enough to get us back into the game. Rijeka, we invited them to ours and won 2-0, even getting a man sent off. Haile Selassie is a new signing, who we'll get on to. Lokomotiva, we drew 1-1 with them. Tom Zerga getting a goal. He's had a fantastic start to the season as our right winger, which is great. Rodez, we put them to the sword with a 2-0 win. Eva Mamou and Prince getting the goals. Then the first round of the Cup, we beat Sipin. Chris Laughlin getting his first senior hat-trick, which was great in front of a whopping 315 fans at their ground. Slaven Blupo won 3-1. Vinko Peritin, Krizmanovic, who's a new signing who we'll get onto. Humberto Herrera and Cabrera getting their goals. Obviously, they went 1-0 up. Then we got an equaliser and then 2 late goals to get us the win, which was lovely. We then beat Istra 4-0, which was very nice. Selassie, Zerga, Peritin and Krizmanovic again in a good 4-0 win. Then we played into Zapreski, who were bottom of the table, and we lost them 3-1, which was very disappointing. Goodness Ajay getting 2 goals, someone that my scouts were desperate for us to go and making a bid for. I didn't want him because I didn't need a new left winger, and then he made me pay because he scored 2 goals against me. Borna Petrovic as well, getting in like that. What's that? A 6-minute impact they had. It was incredible. Zamedved get our consolation goal, and we've just lost 1-0 to Dynamo. We were playing so well, and then Skender got sent off, and it changed the game. And I've just hit my table with my elbow, and it really hurt. But today we'll be playing the Croatian Cup second round against Gorica and the game against Rijeka. But in those games, you saw we had goal scorers that were new signings, and this is why we have a lot of money. We have lots and lots of money because we've sold some players. Before we get into who we've sold, we'll go and look at the board. If we go into here, we have youth facilities and training facilities being upgraded, which is brilliant. We've managed to get the board to spend the money that we got from the signings, and they've invested it back into the club even before the stadium has happened, which is really, really cool. They're still taking their time with the stadium. I'm not too sure why it's taking so long, but they're still planning permission it's moved to now. Okay, so they're trying to find a location and now it's planning permission, so we're probably going to get an update at some point in this year. But that's enough of that. We all just want to know how much money have I spent and who have I spent it on, how much have we got and things like that. So transfers into the history. We'll go to the outs first. So Bamba has been sold for £1 million on deadline day to FC Porto, and he started there pretty well. 2 goals in 3 appearances, but only getting a 6.10, so I'm not too sure how that's happened. But yeah, he's been moved. I mean, that was his release fee. £1 million was his release fee, and £16,000 is what we bought him for. I'm very happy. I couldn't. He never really set the world alight in Croatia in the first league, and you'd think if he's that good at potential, he'd be setting it alight like Simjonovic set it alight in our division and is sort of settling into a 6.7 or 6.8 at Hull. This guy, yeah, I mean, this season here he played a lot of games and only scored 3 goals. He wasn't all that, but we got £1 million for him, so I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. He is a good player, but again, he's only rated at 67 now he's moved, so I think we've done very well to get that price. Lots of loanees are going out. Agnes Marbianison, I think, is the guy that we went through last time. The reason why we've got a bit more money, though, is because if we look at the squad, one of the Americans has 100% paid off for bringing him in. Humberto Herrera is moving for £800,000 to Benfica. So we tried to get £1 million for him as well. They paid the 800k and the board accepted it. Unfortunately, he's also been our best player this season, which is a shame. But to get him in on a free and sell him for 800k, I think, yeah, I can see why the board accepted it. He's very, very good at this level, but I think as time progresses, we're going to have better people than him. Chris Laughlin, who I said got his first career hat-trick in a recent game, I think he could be the next one that moves on because he's impressing a hell of a lot when he plays. 6.7 in 2 appearances, 6.9 in 7 appearances last year. That game in the Cup where he got a 9.6. His stats are improving all the time. He looks like he's going to be a handful on the wing. Yeah, so we've sold Humberto Herrera for £800,000. So that gave us 1.8 million on top of the money we already had, which has now been invested into some sort of facility. So you can see that basically that's the 2 spikes, pretty much. So I'm very happy with that. But if we go back to the transfers and we'll look at the players that we've then also invested that money back into the club. So we have our first £100,000 man, who is then very quickly beaten to the punch by a £400,000 man. So Abdul Musa is a central midfielder that we brought in, and I like him. Nigerian. I'm surprised he hasn't got any caps for Nigeria. Some good stats, great work rate and teamwork. Really happy with that. Good technique. We're slowly bending him into the team. 7 appearances, 3 assists, and an average of a 7. Didn't really get a look in at Hajduk last year. They bought him from Thyssen and then didn't really give him a chance, so I thought we would, and yeah, he's looking okay. He's looking pretty decent. He's in as a key player. Then we bought in Tomislav Krizmanovic for £400,000, which is quite a lot of money for a position we don't play, an advanced playmaker. So he likes to round the keeper and likes to lob the keeper. I'm pretty sure they are conflicting personal preferences, but he's played 6 games for us, got 2 goals on a 6.95. Most of them have been from the bench because I didn't want to disrupt the De Silva, Mert and Prince central midfield linkage that we had, so they're being introduced slowly. Other people, we went through Ryan Choi last time, the North Korean. Oliver Denham has joined us on loan from Man United as just a central defensive cover. Really, he's not going to get that much game time. Henrico Brito joins. This was Brett Higgins going out and getting us a new left back on loan. Now, his stats aren't brilliant, but he plays very, very well. One of those players that you seem to get in Football Manager every so often, where he plays so much better than his attributes. And his stats in game are very, very good for his key passes and interceptions and headers and things like that. So, yeah, happy to get him in. And then, Brett, you just wanted to finish off the full left-hand side and brought in Haile Selassie on loan as well, who is very, very good. 7 appearances, 2 goals, 4 assists, 1 player of the match. So he's contributed to 6 goals in 7 appearances, getting a 7.41. How we managed to get him on loan, I have no idea, because he played 1 game last season for Zurich. I know they're our parent club, but yeah, he did very well from in that 1 game. But they're obviously wanting to build his development or developing at a different club, so he comes in. Very nice attributes here. Really good pace, acceleration, crossing, first touch, everything you want as a winger. He's going to have a great impact. It has affected Mihakovic's playing time and some of the other youngsters, but we're at a stage where to make that next leap, we need to just use really good players if they're available, which is the likes of Herrera, Tumasi, not so much Laughlin, but yeah, like Krizmanovic and Haile Selassie, Brito. When they come in and they're so much better than the players you've got, I think it's sort of a no-brainer that we have to use them. He's starting to feel he deserves a new contract. Yeah, Tomislav Vranic. Weirdly that I looked at him. This is a guy we bought in on a free. I think Brett Higgins bought him in again, or maybe Ian Allen as the director of football bought him in. He's come in and done a very, very good job. Again, stats aren't brilliant technically. I mean, marking's good, heading's okay, positioning's great, decisions is great. Good pace for recovery. Jumping reach is good. 6'5". He's going to get a game today. He's going to play today. He's played 2 appearances in the league. He's played a lot of appearances for the under-19s or whatever they're called. But good German centre-back. We probably will tie him down to a new contract eventually, but he's going to be playing today. So this is the team, and this is how we're going to line up for the game in the Cup. Be Aevsov in goal, who's been very nice and very good. Thorvaldsen at right back, Vranic, Mitrovic and Ramic at the middle. This will be Mitrovic's first game of the season, I think. Mert and Royan Choi in the middle, Laughlin on the right, Mihakovic on the left, Mamut and Vanoga up front. And Vanoga is a player I've been trying to sell for quite some time. I ended up just giving him a game I thought I played him in a competitive competition in the Cup. Yeah, played him in the Cup and he got a 9, so he was very, very good. He got 1 assist in the game, so we're going to give him another go in the Cup as well. A couple of stints out on loan at Slovenia that weren't very prolific. 2 goals in 14 and 0 in 5, but yeah, again in the under-19s scores goals for a bit of fun really. So we'll get him in and hopefully he'll have a good game today. And then on the bench we have a bit more of our regulars: Tumasi, Leonardo, Hrubez, Da Silva, Orzorko, Krizmanovic, or Krizmanic. I don't know why I keep going Krizmanovic, there's no V at the end. Krizmanic, and Humberto Herrera on the bench, who was only with us until January, which is a bit of a shame. They're in inconsistent form, we're in decent form. We are playing away in our red kit, so let's get into the game. Lots of people lacking a bit of match fitness. Orzorko will get the shirt number 37, not 33, because that goes to a really good player who's going to make a difference at some point when we sign one. But yeah, here we go. 4-2-4. We are training the 4-1-4-1 formation as well, which has been pretty good. It was actually, we used it against Dynamo because it gives you more defensive players on a sort of a counter-attacking formation. Yeah, we need to step up our game to end our bad run of results, which haven't actually been that bad. We were on a big unbeaten run before we had the losses to Inter Zapareski and Dynamo. Tom Zergi is just being rested. We've got a side that's bigger, third and fifth. No, rotation is necessary. It's a squad game. I'm aware it's an issue for some players, but they'll be fine. So here we go then, underway. New strike partnership. Vanoga and Mamut haven't ever actually played together, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on. And first off, it goes straight up to Mamut, who was trying to find Vanoga in his strike partnership. But Zwolinski comes forward. That's a very early foul from Vranic, and he gets away without a yellow card. Lucky boy. Ramic up the line to Mihakovic. Into Royan Choi, up to Mert. Mert holds onto the ball, back to Royan Choi again. Mihakovic, there's a good overlap on the left-hand side, but we can't use it. Trying out what we're going to do. We're going to go around the other way, or are we just going to keep it around this left-hand side? Mihakovic gets a bit of space into Mamut. Shots blocked. Out to Thorvaldsen. Under goes Royan Choi. Loads of space. Shoots. Good save from Popovic in goal. And it will be a corner to NK Zagreb. And it looks like a bit of a sellout crowd for Grlica here. Mamut tries to head it back across, but can only hit it against the back stanchion, and it'll be a goal kick. And the goal kick is taken long by Popovic, and that's very easy for Ramic to bring under his control. Zlatko Ramic comes forward into Royan Choi, who he looked pretty handy. We've now got an abundance of centre midfielders. Vanoga, ball across Mamut. Good save from Popovic. And again, this formation against weaker teams really works well for us. Corner. Royan Choi fires it in towards the back post. Vanoga heads it and it's gone in. And he's an absolute midget. Like, well, he's not actually, is he? He doesn't look that short. We might have to go in and have a look at him. It's a great boy in Royan Choi, and he sort of runs backwards and gets his head on it up high, and the goalkeeper hasn't got a chance. 1-0 Zagreb, a fantastic start. Let's demand a bit more of them so they don't slack off, as Ramic will get that throw back. Royan Choi back to Ramic. In it goes, looking for Mamut. Flicks it on, but nobody there. And Mamut, again, he's having a lot less game time now. We've actually changed this formation. He is a target man in today's game, but we've changed this formation to utilise a false 9. Laughlin with a header over the bar, so that we can play Peritin and Herrera up front together, which is our main strike partnership. But Mamut is a very, very good target man. I think he's very limited in what he can do, but he does suit the way that we use him in this formation. So we'll see how much game time he gets throughout the year. But Barisic is tackled very well by 2 players at once. They go up towards Mamut again, but the pass is overhit. And then it comes back to Lonkar on loan from us. Barisic on the right-hand side flies into a tackle and wins it at the second time. Mihakovic up to Vanoga. Vanoga out to Laughlin. Now Laughlin's going to have some runners in front of him. He's got a bit of space to get into. He's got Mamut making a move. Lays it in towards Mamut, gets a shot off, and Popovic makes the save. Throw in. Long car up to Marjanovic. Long car back to Marjanovic again. And here come Gorica. Great tackle that. And now we can launch the counter attack. It's Mahmout who comes forward. He's got runners on the left hand side. Mahmout keeps going. He keeps going. His tackle, but it falls to Thorvaldsen, whose cross is blocked. And Laughlin will look to keep the move alive. And Chris Laughlin, with his shocking blonde hair, gives it into Ryan Choi up to Vanoga. Vanoga into Mijakovic. Mijakovic just keeps the ball and goes back to Mitrovic, who goes long up towards Chris Laughlin, who wins the header down, beats his man, shoots, and Popovic makes the save. And here come Gorica, ball across into Bogjevic. It's a lovely ball into Zelinski, who's tackled well, but it'll fall to Balatic. What a save from Ivasov. He has been very, very good for us this season, Ivasov. We played Hrubez in goal for one game, and he was absolutely horrendous. I still think goalkeeper is going to be the place we probably upgrade the most, like regularly. But at the moment, AS was doing a very good job. I think he is the guy that will be the full person when we go to like Dynamo's level and we're competing with Dynamo, it'll be because we've got a world-class goalkeeper in goal. Smolic with the ball forward. Ramic intercepts that very well, brings it down nicely with the first touch. Actually goes to Ryan Choi. Ryan Choi out to Mijakovic, whose game time has been limited since the arrival of Halassi. But Mijakovic comes forward up to Ryan Choi. He's got Mert next to him, uses him up to Vanoga. Vanoga waiting for the runs into Mahmout. Mahmout turns his man, gets a shot off, and Popovic saves it on the line, but does keep it out. Gorica with the knockdown into Sipos. Sipos comes forward onto the edge of the area, gets his shot off, it's blocked. Bogjevic into Barisic. Bogjevic is surely fouled there. That was a horrible tackle by Ryan Choi. And the free kick comes to nothing. Yes, nothing. So good tackle, and Mijakovic picks up the loose ball for NK Zagreb. Ryan Choi back to Mitrovic, just keeping the ball nicely. Ramic just surveying his options and probably just goes long. Yes, he does. Look, what a ball that is, though, to Vanoga. Vanoga's in behind. Can he get his second of the game? No. Great save from Popovic. Needs to be putting those away, the youngster, to impress me. Ryan Choi. Ryan Choi, the ball into the back post. Header. It's a great save again from the goalkeeper. It's going to be a corner on the other side of the pitch this time. Ryan Choi again to swing it in. Back post again. Mahmout's there for a header, and this one goes just past the post. Ramic with a throw into Mahmout. Knocks it onto Mert. You've even got a touch. Mahmout gets it back. Fires it across to the back post, and Laughlin can't get there. And Nizetic will get it away. Into Thorvaldsen. Up to Laughlin. Laughlin to Mert. Mert, lovely dink over the top to Thorvaldsen. He's got him in a bit of space. Cross in. Mahmout with a header. And it's 2-0. And that is... I can't see Gorica getting back into this. They've only had 2 shots in the game. We've been really, really good, and merchandise is available. Laughlin out to Mert, and then Mert just waited. Lovely dink over the top into Thorvaldsen. Lovely first touch, ball across, and Mahmout's there. And I told you, he's effective at what he does. Lovely header at the near post. 2-0 NK Zagreb. Good header away, but Ratkovic picks it up into Bogjevic. Marjanovic on the edge. Marjanovic shoots, and that just goes past the post. A very good effort, to be honest. And I had a dog hair or fur or something on my nose, very itchy. Hopefully give Rude a like if you liked him in the intro, just sort of looking around. Oh, bless him, he's so cute. I love my dog. I'm very happy the way things are going. Keep it up. Also, if you're into football news and talks and podcasts and things like that, go and check out the Football Talk podcast, which I host with my friend Josh. We do it as a Pan-Asian podcast about football. There'll be a link in the description in every episode from this point onwards. Go and check it out. Go and subscribe to us. It'll be really appreciated. And drop us some comments with any questions we ask you to comment about. That'd be wonderful. But the ball comes in. Zvolinski, and as I'm talking, I think the ball just sort of hit Ayasov there. They're coming back into this. Let's demand more. Come on. Don't get complacent. Throw in then to Gorica up to it was Lonkar who gets it back and then gives it back again to Bogojevic. Ratkovic. Lonkar's in a lot of space on the right hand side. I thought that was going to be a foul. Mahmout all the way back to Ayasov. Mahmout doing his defensive duties well in this game. Vranic up to Mitrovic. Mitrovic hands the ball, comes forward with it, up to Mijakovic on the left hand side. Mijakovic comes forward, great ball through to Vanoga. He's got to finish those shots. He's got to finish those chances. Really wasting the efforts in today's game. We're going to make the first sub of the game. No, I did not want to click on their player there. I wanted to go into the tactics. We're going to take off Michael Mert, and he is going to replace by Krizmanic, so you can get to see the new signing from Dynamo. So it was a big money move for us. We paid a lot of money for him, 400k, and you know, he should be a big fish in a small pond signing for them. Laughlin's in onto his left foot. Laughlin shoots. He's so good. He's so good. 5th goal of the season from right wing for Chris Laughlin. Loving the competition we've got on that right wing. Zerga and Laughlin. It's delightful to have 2 players like that. I mean, and he's right footed and he does this all the time. Cuts in, beats the man. Oh, Lovely. Making that number 17 shirt his own. Yes, proceed with the tactical changes, thank you. So Balisic with the ball in the middle of the park. Into Rakovic. Got Lonka on the far side. Ball across. He's out free of the back post and Aesov just plucks it out of the air very comfortably. Lovely stuff. Ruin Choi with a corner and it goes towards the back post. Mahmout with a header just over the bar again. And I'm just wondering if are there any players in this game who I might want to use in the next Premier League game? I don't think there is. Ryan Choi deserves a goal, but he can't get one on this occasion from the free kick. But we will make some subs just to keep it fresh. We'll bring Laughlin off for Ozorko on the right, and we will give Herrera a run out for Vanoga up front. And we'll go from there. Back to Mihakovic, who keeps the ball. So Ryan Choi into Krizmanek, who's come on as a substitute. All the way back to Aesov, and Aesov holds on to the ball into Mitrovic. Mitrovic's back to Aesov again. Aesov just keeping it, well, we're playing this around very nicely, to be honest. Vranic up on the right-hand side to Ozorko, who's come on. Thulvaldsen to Ozorko again. Ozorko, good ball down the line. Mahmoud's got the pace to get there, and there's a man in the middle. It's Herrera, and he scores. I mean, he's worth £800,000. Of course he scores. This team are rubbish. Gorica are rubbish. This is how far we've come. How far we are away from the second division. This is the team top of the second division, and we're smashing them 4-0 with a very, very rotated time as Mahmoud picks up. Herrera's in, he shoots, he's got 2. He's been on the pitch for a matter of minutes and he's got 2 goals. He's probably going to get player of the match. This is ridiculous. Utterly, he's too good for Croatia. I'm not surprised. £800,000. This is why I'm happy to keep up these things with these income of players from America, because all you need is one of them to pay off and it just covers you for ages when you're this level of football. And this, like, our finances aren't great, and this is going to propel us into the better finances in the future, and I'm very, very happy. Man of the match, even Mahmoud got man of the match. That's nice. I'm quite happy they didn't give it to Herrera for his 2 late goals. But I think what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to leave the episode there, because that game went on a bit longer than I thought it would, and we had a few chats at the beginning of the episode. So we win in the second round. Vanoga finally scores, which is nice, and Mahmoud was very good. So you got 2 assists. So passionately, I don't want to say either of them. I will say passing. Why not? Thanks, boss. But yeah, it's going very well. I don't know when we're back. We might just do all the cup games. We might just come back for the Croatia Cup quarter-final in December and just make this a bit of a cup. Again, until the season gets towards the end, and then we can come back for the league once we know if we're in with a shout of doing something spectacular in the league. I think that's what we're probably going to do. But a very convincing 5-0 win against NK Zagreb. And yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll be back on the 4th of December 2024 for the Croatian Cup quarter-final. When do we find out the draw? That would be an interesting thing to know. Let's go competitions. And everybody's played their games. So when is the draw for the quarterfinal? On the 20th of the 11th. That's bloody ages away. So we'll leave the episode there. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you do want to be a patron and join these wonderful list of people over here, then all you have to do is click on the link in the description below. $1 gets your name in the game as a member of my backroom staff of your choice, position of your choice, and then you're in the game permanently, because we're keeping the backroom staff for as long as we can, unless they get moved on like Gio Moreno and stab us in the back and move to Rijeka. Not that I'm bitter or anything, Gio. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Merch, link in the description. My Twitter, link in the description. And I'll put a link to Football Talk, the podcast, in the description as well. So thank you very much for listening and watching and everything. For now, I'm out. Cheers.